Alright everybody, welcome back to The Pale Beyond. Make sure to like and subscribe and go follow me on Rumble. All those good things. Who goes there? The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but fitting the frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation preceding him. Adorned with a strew of whatever that says, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and merchandising that followed. It's an honor, really. A wealth of invaluable experience in such a hostile environment. I wonder he's not been swept up to some other post. Has he lost all his glory? Has everybody forgotten who he was? Am I doing that voice again? I can't tell. Has everybody forgotten who he was? He was a big shot, but then slowly but surely, all his fame and glory just left him, and nobody even knew who he was anymore. Only a few. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? No, I'm simply busy. Of course. The role of first mate must surely take up a great deal of your time. Apologies for not stopping on Vice Schooner Shaw. Been busy myself. It took a while to set up the team, and a great deal of crew were eager to meet me. It's not often they work with a film star, is it? Oh, he's a film star as well. He's a movie star, I guess. Certainly. It's completely understandable on their part. There are many people who have seen my films, who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow in this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? The crew doesn't seem like a film-going type. I'm not sure where they would have saw these movies. Well, yes, most are born on the sea to begin with. But it's good to know even those old films can inspire. Ahem. That means probably his films have caused a great number of people to sail to their doom. Suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyways, I was hoping you'd join me on the upper deck. Of course, but why? We're finally entering the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Saul. Shawl? Har. Kurt Darling added to the manifest. He leaves. I like that sound. Open your journal. Week 2. Yeah. That's the end of week 2. Not much happened in week 2. Alright, what's here? Doctor's office. The door to the doctor's office remains locked. Seems the good doctor isn't in, or perhaps he's enjoying his sleep. You're yet to come across the ship's doctor even after all this time. Weird. Who are you? Oh, you have the same last name as the other person. What's his name? Mr. Gloss, or whatever. You must be his wife. You note one of the science team returning to their room. Ahoy, Miss Gloss. Did you have a good rest? She nods to you. Hello. Didn't expect to see many up this early. Harriet Gloss. I believe I met your husband. Yes, Twilight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted to the ship well. I believe a rock around this ship would help me accumulate myself to the waves. Perhaps it'll take some more time. With that, Mrs. Gloss makes her way back to her cabin. The science team ain't used to the sea. Or the sailor folk. Quite the cultural clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to each other over time. Har. I like this Kurt Darling person. I'm sure I'm saying their name wrong. So you're both landborn. So it appears that every person who's assigned is a landborn. I'm gonna guess the engineers are either landborn or muttwash. Scouts, they've gotta be muttwashes, you know, they've just gotta be. Sailors, of course, they're stowaway, saltborn, or ice savvy. Surprised I haven't seen many muttwashes, though. This guy's the only muttwash. I mean, he's from both. So this guy's ice savvy, he's a navigator, and And he's hobbled. This guy's a carpenter, and he's a saltborn. Carpenter sounds good. He also can play the accordion. Surprised musician isn't part of his title. It should be. Hammocks. Many of the crew are still fast asleep lying in hammocks. Best not disturb them, Shawl. You don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly woken sailor. Let us head up to deck. The sound of snoring is rather obnoxious. Snoring is actually bad for you. Breathing out of your mouth is way worse for you than breathing out of your nose. I'm guessing that's the engine room, though. A great day in the morning. These people should be awake already. Look at the time. I'm awake if I, like, here. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and can't go back to bed. Well, to be fair, if I basically wake up at all, I can't go back to bed. Captain's missing. Cool. He's probably dead, isn't he? I'm joking. At the stern, you notice an older sailor at the helm. The man takes a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. And good morning to you. Guys, you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Because he only has his left eye, I get it. He's missing his right eye. Wonder how that happened. Told me that on the account of, well, it should be obvious. Yeah, it's really obvious. Imagine if they called him Righty. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keep her steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked outside for his first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the insular type. He is. You must have something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. I heard some rumors about what you were up to before. Honestly, this might be a boon in Hutt's eyes. Does everybody know I'm a criminal? Is Hunt a criminal too? I bet he is, but Hunt is a criminal. Are you a criminal as well? We're gonna meet a fellow criminal on here, or no? Mornings like this are the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Lefty returns his attention to the helm. My throat hurts and I don't have my drink. I'm just gonna go get my drink then. I'm not gonna do this entire video of no drink. Last time I did that, I was coughing a lot. I've learned my lesson. Only took me 5 times. You might think I'm stupid for taking that many times, but I'm just too lazy to get up and get my drink. And I'm back. I'm not putting any of that out of the video. That's valuable. This is valuable footage. There's no way I'm cutting this out. Literally nothing happened, but I'm too lazy to figure out where it is to cut it out. I'm just lazy. And I don't feel like it. Alright. Yeah, as you get older, I suppose you learn to value the quiet moments, eh? Are you from Canada? You said eh. That's what Canadian people do. Let us hope we're just as twilight when we're old and grey. I mean, you're already starting to grow yourself, and you look pretty old. Myself before you, of course. I knew it. So Harold Turner added to the manifest. Let's read about him. Sailor, saltborn, just like the rest. You're either saltborn or ice savvy. I'm guessing Joe, Corvold, and Smurf are part of Hutt's main crew of people he likes. Then the specialist, I'm guessing, is Grimly, and this looks like Grimly's brother. Kurt at the bow of the ship. Poor Port is left and starboard is right. I'm pretty sure that's right. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance breaks the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice flow. There's a moment of hesitation before a profound crack reveals the ship cascading across the ice. He exhales. You see nothing else like it. You weren't wrong. I do like the cold. I really hate bugs, and I really like the cold. And the only place I know of that there aren't bugs is in the ocean. And the only place I know of that is cold is in the ocean as well, but I also know other places that are cold. I used to live in an area that was cold. Now I live in a place that's hot, and I still can't climatize to it. Anything above like 78 degrees and I start dying. Look at the ice. Now 2 cracks are at the same time. For now though, I need a navigator, not a poet. We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she's exactly where we left her, we can't take this smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for the daylight. It won't remain this bright for long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, and this course is going to be getting a lot thicker. He looks out across the white. He has an umbrella. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here to the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. I'm sure he's seen a lot of whiskey. He seems like the type to drink gallons of it. Even though I don't know anyone who drinks whiskey. We have enough supplies when it comes to this. It's not my decision, I'm afraid. It's Hunt's decision. We have the captain's ear. Have you ever experienced a long night's winter? It's not as pleasant, to say that least. I can't say that I have. I mean, in real life, I don't think it's been that cold where I used to live. Snow and losing feeling in your fingers is about as cold as it got. Only as good as the unhappiest man, Robin. Cheer up, then. Kurt smiles. I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. You're definitely a lot smarter than the captain. Because you have a better mustache, and therefore that makes you smarter. In real life, no, but in video games, yes. That makes sense. As long as you have a better mustache, you're better. Is that all I can do? Is enough time pass for the crew to no longer be sleeping and I can talk to people? No, everybody's asleep still. Alright, tick request. Ah, Shawl. Ready for another day's work. Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. I had a few words to share. He might have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one of more money than sense. No, I think he has more sense than money. I think you have more money than sense. Like, he does have a nice mustache, but Kurt's is just better, because his mustache sort of blends in with his beard. Therefore, he's not as smart. It doesn't have anything to do with intelligence. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few requests from the crew. You may have noticed the line pulling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Hammond, you look smart. A short, sour-faced man in engineering clothes approach. Angry engineer. Are you daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Shaw is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. An appointed one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice and you haven't assigned an extra man down the boiler. You have your engineering team. We've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower for maintaining this. Sailors. Honestly, this is this guy's voice. It seems like exactly. I'm not sure if the recording software's picking it up. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on a matter. The captain turns to you. Minus one failed the crew because he told Smurf to go do something. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3, more! Open the crew manifest to choose how many sailors you wish to assign. Assign sailors. 1 to 4? Here. Actually, no, you'll probably do awful. The runt. He needs to earn his keep. You... I'll say Joe can go too. Confirm your orders. You can take Tasha, Runt, and Joe. You're giving me the bloody stowaway? Would you rather none? The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But you can tell me right. You can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. I can't, because then we'll be dead. A good spirit that won beneath the oil and the temper. You'll be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself into the boiler room. I mean, it is the warmest place. I would do the same. But I can't. Because I'm first mate. Captain Shaw. A thought occurred to me the other day as I was looking through the crew manifest and... Well, it might be too late for this now, since we already entered the ice. Out with it. Thought it'd be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report? Not only my report, it'd be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to names. Many of the crew have served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to the names. Your thoughts, Shaw? Seems like a good idea. If nothing else, would make for a good souvenir. Sentimental of this expedition, are ya? More decorum. Good. Some proper photographs would have some historical weight to it. Well, Belford, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for pictures to be taken with the crew before the crew have their dinner. I would take pictures of people after they have their dinner, after they've cleaned up. Because before their dinner, they're going to be an angry lot. Thank you, Captain Shaw. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on the matter, Officer Shaw. She departs satisfied. Corvid, what do you want? Corvid enters the office. Hunt, you asked for the report on how the stowaway was doing. I wanted to see if the young boy has been settling in well. He has indeed. It means another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard, doesn't ask much. He has his dad to guide him well. I'm sure the boy's father is aesthetic. Worried sick, but happy. Well, what do you know, Shaw? Jeez, I'm so good at this that I didn't even have to give people a ton of food and they're already happy. Perhaps you're right to keep the boy aboard. I'm so good at this game, why don't we get everybody killed? We're gonna starve. That's how everybody's gonna die. The dogs are gonna eat us before we eat them. Could have that all settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out Old Kirk so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shaw, meet with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we want to have one of his scouts set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that and you'll be done for the day. I don't feel like being done for the day. Approach the sick young man. You're seasick? Aw, you're the doctor. You look like a doctor to me. You spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship. His head slumped as he looks in the icy pool below. It appears that he has been visited with a spot of seasickness. Are you okay? You speak out and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to you, and his eyes wilding in shock as he does. A bespectacled young man, shaking of unease. He stares at you for a brief moment. A look of shame plastered across his face. Sorry. Haven't seen you around. Who are you? Compose yourself. Are you alright? Yes. Well, not really. I'm very sorry. The man turns around hurriedly and repeats the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Alright. You're a specialist. You're the doctor, aren't you? So you actually have seasickness. I'm guessing I can't assign you a tax if you're sick. You're a doctor and you're landborn. Why do we have so many landborn people? We really shouldn't have this many people landborn. Listen. You overhear two newly arrived scouting crew talking. Quinsley, Yorkland the third. Oi, Quinsley. Having any trouble setting in? Not too bad. Can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until our work is done. Of course, of course. I take it you had no issue setting in? Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt caught their attention. Har. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think it would collapse from joy if they did. Har, perhaps. I doubt anyone would confuse them. Kurt's super tall. So tall that he might even be taller than me. So you're a scout, you're ice savvy, and you're an Icelander? Yorick Moore. Yorick the Third. Alright, let's go below deck. Hooded sailor. You spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerging from the pantry. The hooded sailor spots you, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. No, not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Click. But, call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I haven't considered that, but now... You think I protest too much, then no worries. I was just settling up for a practical joke. And what is this practical joke? I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. It's not your expense if that's your concern. Have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With the mysterious trap set, Gnome scurries off to the upper deck to return to work. Shouldn't I tell someone about that? Oh, this is the pantry, and this is the pumps. I'm guessing the pumps how we get water out of the ship. Pantry. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops in your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. The hell was that, Gnomes? Drop the flour off you before continuing. You lift a crate of 10 food from the shelves. Man, I'm so good at this game. I'm just so smart. Like, people should really listen to me. Ah, you must be Schultz, Jr. That's his name. Seems you met my brother already. You're in Storks, but nobody calls me that. On this ship, I'm known as Junior. I'll take it you're the cook, then. Unless you're the janitor. Aye, and a darn good one at that. Ah, one step ahead of me. If I add those 10s to this hoosh, we should be good for dinner. Let's make use of the kitchen when we can. Feed the hoosh pot. Plus 20 hoosh, plus 3 furnace. Sealed substance prepared for a tinning company. What is that then? Is that... Looks like canned peaches to me. Man, I'm one step ahead of him. Call the crew for dinner. Afraid not. Can't do that. I do have to talk to Kurt when I have the time. The rigging... You guys notice a figure darting by, climbing the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. The elder denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Ah, no problems. She looks at you. She looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw, yourself? Flick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety, I know what I'm doing, trust me. I trust you because you're dressed in red, and anyone dressed in red is someone you can trust. Especially in a video game. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got medals in gymnastics, you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up to return to scaling the rigging of the ship. Alright, speak to the navigator. Send me up there and I'll get you readings. The scientist eyes the man in the cane and turns to you. But that's not an umbrella, that's a cane. I believe the navigator means to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps the cane. Of course, ahem. You find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Alright, scout from the crow's nest. I mean, you're already up there, might as well. They send to the nest and take readings with whatever that is. All clear from up top. The last port you made where Kurt and his scouting team were picked up from. Last known location of the Viscount, your destination. Man, she must have really good eyes. So I do this, and I can look at week 1. This allows me to look at week 2. I'm not feeling the greatest, but I'm still feeling good. Can you believe the gnomes did that to me? I should have been thrown overboard. No. It was a funny joke, and it wasn't my expense, so technically he lied to me, but I should have known better. I thought he was gonna steal something, though. The crew are having their meal. Oh, hey, there's Kurt. Everybody's just staring at him. Except for the photographer. She's too busy talking to other people. And anyone else who's not sitting at that table. The crew have their meal. Har, shall we toast to the ice? Aye. Oh, that's 2 John. The day gets longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days of the darkest nights. Alright, now it's evening. The crew returns to their post, and the hammocks are unfurled in the preparation for the evening. Can't help but notice that it's still bright outside. You notice 2 sailors passing by from the dinner table. A drunk sailor on wobbly legs leaning on the shoulder of another. Good times, good times. Need to learn how to handle your drinks, Tucker. But I'm fine. My mates can carry me, eh, Cavity? They can also drop ya. Have 2 Johns carry ya next time. Are you asleep? Shit. So that's the drunken sailor. Where is he? So you're a sailor, Saltborn, and you're a sailor, Saltborn. You're Tucker, and you're Cavity. Well, Tucker's drunk. I'm sure he probably found Gnome's bottle of wine then. You knock on the door. No response. Why give me the option if there's no response? Still no response. You hear the sound of rustling inside. After knocking several times, it finally opens up to reveal one of Templeton's science teams. Annoyed scientist. I knew it was worth it. I get to talk to another person. Yes. Do you require my presence? I'm acquainting myself to the crew. Who are you? You should know I'm a meteorologist of this expedition. Andrew Isaac. If I'm not required for anything, I would ask to not be disturbed any further. Of course. Enter my cabin. Anything else to write down? I'd always write down the date if I was going to write down something important. Or just anything at all. Listen. You ever hear 2 engineers chatting above deck? Shouldn't they be down in the boiler? Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking to the other. Grips. I don't know how the chief can stay down there all evening. You ever seen Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Maybe. No, man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. It's figuratively. Right. Alright. So, we now know Ricky and Grips. Wait, Ricky is a Muttwash. Our second Muttwash. And Grips is a landborn. Kinda makes sense. I can finally go over here and approach the dogs. The dogs regard... Oh, first encounter, meet all the crew members in the prologue. Good! The dogs regard her with attention as she places them between bowls and hands. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. What is it? Covender and rose petals. Try the soup. You nearly burn your mouth in the hot broth. Surprisingly tasty. You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's not only much. If you want some more, it'll be among the dog's leftovers. Penguins, some blubber, fats and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Or something else you needed. They come from the dogs. It's hard to tell the exact breeds at this point. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them down to their paws so they run. They'll overheat otherwise. Strong creatures. I like dogs. I'm allergic. To the point where I'll sneeze myself to death, most likely. I don't like get hives or anything like I've heard other people getting, whatever that is. But I just sneeze and cough a lot, and my eyes burn, and they become red. Very. They handle stress differently, adapt quickly. They're pretty to be learned from them. You love these animals. They need me. And you'll need them. Pet the dog. You ruffle its head, it tries to lick the broth off your fingers. There's dogs. You can pet the dog in this game. Therefore, this is the best game to ever exist. The captain has turned in for the evening. Listen, if you can pet dogs in a video game, it's automatically one of the best video games to ever exist. Probably. I'm sure there's many exceptions. But you can pet a dog, I mean, it's way better. I guess we end the day. We talked to every single person. Good job, me. I'm a genius. Now it's nighttime. Fuel rations. Food rations. I think food is more important than fuel. I'm saying -10 decorum is fine. We'll use half of the fuel and half of normal food rations. Because otherwise, we don't have enough fuel. So, just spend half. Fuel, food, and decorum. Another week passes, the tempers enter the thick ice. The days grow even brighter. So that's what happens. The days will grow even longer until winter hits. Then it'll be night almost all day long, with slivers of daylight, if any. I think that's how the South Pole works. All I know is it was winter and the nights get longer, and that's my favorite time of day, is night. Another week passes, the temperatures finally enter the thick ice, the days grow even brighter. I think I'll be doing one video per week. But this video has felt pretty short, so instead I will actually complete this. I don't know if it's short or not, this might be a 2-hour-long video. I'll break it into 2 if that's the case. And we're going right through the ice. Quite interesting. Navigation. Wow, we've gone far. We're gonna get stuck on this ice. I just know it. Is there anything else to do here? What? Pet the dog. You tickle it behind the ears. You pat its back. You rub its belly. You nod it knowingly. You pat its head. You ruffle its fur. You scratch its head. It offers you its paw. You rub its chin. You bark back at it. You can pet the dogs. This is clearly one of the best games ever. Alright, take requests. It's the only thing I can do. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Is he in the bathtub drunk? Wait for Captain Hunt. The whole room shudders. Oh, word. I just said we're gonna get stuck in the ice. And what do you know? We're stuck in the damn ice. We're gonna die out here. I'm gonna talk to you. You seem important. Officer Shaw, what happened? The ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. We didn't hit anything, did we? We're trapped on the ice. We need to break it open to get moving again. Well, let's hope that we can do that sooner rather than later. Trapped in the ice, though. That'd make for a good photograph. It would. Descend to the lower decks. Ship's stuck, then. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. Have you checked the boiler room? Not yet. Hammond's pretty pissed off, I imagine. I'm gonna go check with my brother. If you go in there, he'll throw your accordion into the fire. You lift a stack of coal. Approach the 2 men. If I made any errors, I tell ya. It's secured, but don't you worry. They notice you. That person's machined this boiler. She'll keep us steady, no doubt. Be grateful we haven't. I'm ensured that the boiler was not damaged in this sudden commotion. I told you, if it was, you'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if this furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, we're only one man, with a pair of engineers' assistants. Just looking at the number of valves, it seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold. Trust me. I will. Well, I will have to, won't I? Don't fancy staying on the ship for longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from this ice as quickly as possible. Hammond eyes you up, a grimace on his face. First mate's here. But where is the one who got us into this bloody mess? I was hoping Templeton knew. I was informed by one of Stokes that I had just missed him. But I have suspicion to where he might be by now. He's in the bloody bathtub. He's probably drunk. I feel like that's where he would be. I can't find him anywhere. I went through all the floors. He's in the bloody bathtub and he's drunk. We're on a ship, an unmoving one that is. This man cannot simply disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself, too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. But should you call the dinner for crew first, routine is important, especially now. Not before you fed the furnace, mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw. Or are you afraid of getting your hands dirty like Mr. Templeton over here? Don't worry, I already got it. Are you just gonna keep standing there? Or are you gonna give us something to burn? I just have a feeling this guy'd be angry all the time. I can put this in the hoosh pot. I'm surprised it doesn't give you minus. Leave. How do I get out of here? Door's over there. Interesting. Arrived to mid-deck. We emerged to the mid-crew readying themselves for dinner despite the ice. Some seem nervous as nothing has changed at all. We lift a crate of tins from the shelves. Man, that guy with the accordion is pretty good at playing the accordion. Although I don't know how to play an accordion. So I guess it really doesn't matter what I say. Alright, map. Map looks good. Examine the problem. What in the hell? Well, I was worried about this. Look at the ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures that if we didn't have enough water. No need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hut? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw checked the boiler room. I'm pretty sure the moment has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. He'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. No, he won't. We're gonna die out here. He's not in the bathtub currently. So he probably fell overboard then. The captain's dead. Oh well, new captain. Actually, let's just make one of the dogs captain. I'm sure we'll live. Will it be weeks? What will it be this week, Shaw? More tint cans. Put the cans in there too. I'm sure you can eat them. You try hard enough. You might lose calories, we can still eat it. The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. The crew returns to their post, the hammocks are unfurled, prepare for the evening. You can't help but notice it's still bright outside. Over here. You didn't see him either. He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery. What are you thinking, Hunt? I can't go talk to Hammond? Hammond! Hammond's not here. Where the bloody hell is he if he's not here? Anything else? No sign of Hunt, I take it? Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Well, he's... Oh wow, we're completely stuck, we're dead. I don't know much about the ship, but we're dead, aren't we? Oh well, we had a good run. I would think Hunt would be taking action at a time like this. Instead, the man squanders himself in his office. An odd one. Pet the dog. If you don't pet the dog, you're a monster. Kurt. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Aye, Shaw. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seemed Hunt hold himself up inside. Maybe you've had word of our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. Oh, I was right. He's a bloody drunk in the bathtub. I was informed that he was here, but he hid himself. Maybe he's gone overboard? Templeton glares at you. It's not the time to be making jokes, Shaw. Har! The captain laughs and brings out from behind the door. The captain watches you both, his hands swaying as he chuckles to himself. You are a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing as this is your ship. Ha! I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? Of course we're acquainted. Me and Templeton know each other. This is the first person I talk to other than you. I don't suppose you care to join. Hunt shakes his hip flask as he holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. Geez, I must be drunk. I've been drinking too much tea and coffee. I clearly have had too much caffeine in the past week. And what of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar. Some alcohol? Alright then. I'm a criminal, sure. I'm sure I've drinking plenty of alcohol. He hands you the flask. What shall we toast to? Adventuring wherever this may lead. I'm going with my character just wants the glory. He don't care about the pay or anything else. He just wants glory. Then people will stop remembering him for a criminal and instead as a hero, and he can get a new life as a sailor. Adventure wherever this may lead. I'll drink to that. Don't humor this, Shawl. Liquid warms you, spreading to your fingertips. You hand back the flask. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this. This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? Yeah, it is your ship. And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? What do you mean this isn't your ship? Bought it at an auction. Not by myself. Imagine that. Captain of a private vessel and I don't even own it. Pathetic. He's drunk. We shouldn't be taking anything to say correctly. At the same time, we should be listening to every single word, because he might say something important while he's drunk. Mr. Hunt? Captain? If you're not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand you in your steed as we continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? No, Captain would do that. Is fit for captaining, wouldn't you agree? Well, not yet, sure, isn't that right? What do you think makes a good leader? Being able to do your job, the job I've been doing on your behalf. Making the difficult choices nobody else wants to make. Do you think you could live with yourself? You'll act like the choice is the difficult part. The choice is easy, Shaw. Instinctual. It's not being able to sleep after. That's what they've never prepared you for. But I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for. In a word, then, what makes a good leader? Understanding. The better you understand someone, the better you can manipulate them. Understanding? Explain. The ability to adapt to your crew, to understand the individual needs that make up a whole. And if those needs conflict, it is well and good time to bend and twist and please everybody. Do you think you can balance that? Scorn a man one day, then appease him the next. Do you think that balances out? Which is he most likely to remember? Speaking in whatever that says will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule you are told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You've wasted enough time pinning psychologies. Oh, my apologies. I'll ask the real question. Shaw, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I had no assumptions on returning alive. Well, you best form some. Wouldn't just be your life you're throwing away. Captain laughs. Shaw, nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room. No. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid off for this, don't we? Enough. If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you shouldn't have agreed to it. You shouldn't be. None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our Dr. Hart. And then there's me. And myself, I'm a criminal. You're the only one who should be here. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's in sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. It's alright, Robin. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be alright here. Captain appears to have fallen asleep in the bathtub. I find that hilarious. Not sure about anyone else. Templeton. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It would appear the present pressures of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear your head and we'll be on in the morning. Is that everybody I can talk to? You're not even at your post. You're probably asleep. I guess we retire for the evening. And that'll do it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. We'll leave it off on week 3 in the middle of the night. I hope y'all enjoyed. Top left, in case you missed the first video, go click on this playlist. Or, by the time you're watching this, I've completed the series. Then, you should probably click on the playlist. I've also got Bendy and Link Machine up here. Oh, it's minus 8 degrees Celsius. That's the perfect temperature. Seriously, I can't take hot temperatures that much. What else do we got? We got, I don't know, we got a ton of other things on the channel, like Civilization. Go watch that. I'm not too good at it, but I like it. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. And that's the end of the video. So, get out of here. Go watch something else. Preferably on my channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Rumble, which you know this is the second time I said it. And I don't know why I have to say that, because you probably know unless you skipped through the first part. Let me go on. Go watch one of my other videos.